Okay, here we go. Election day, November 4th. And this is a special video just for that day. I'm doing it the night before because I'm going to talk about the elections and what's coming up for us. And before I go into that, let me say this is no indication of my own personal political beliefs. This is based purely on the energy that I'm seeing for this day. So, having said that, I want you guys to be aware that the energy today is pretty volatile. Today, meaning November 4th. Okay, so we've got Mars just going into Sagittarius around 8 o'clock in the morning Eastern time. And Mars in Sagittarius wants to expand. It wants to have an adventure. It's willing to maybe take a risk, do something different, explore. And as soon as it goes into Sag, it opposes Uranus. That is very reactive, possibly energy. It's very impulsive. It wants to get something done. It's very impatient, and it wants what it wants when it wants it, which is now. So just be aware of that, because that could be very disruptive. It could be people like doing things without thinking, and yeah, right in the moment. So do be careful if you see any sign of danger while you're at the polls or anywhere else. Be really careful, and just try to monitor yourself as well. And yeah, don't take any risks that are a little crazy. So on the other hand, it makes, like I said, it makes people really impulsive. So they could make decisions right in the moment that they wouldn't normally make. And that's going to probably make the results of this election maybe a surprise, maybe not what we thought. And you could see some people who were not the favorites coming out ahead. So we've got that. And then around 1:30 in the afternoon, a little bit afterwards, we've got the moon moving into Taurus, which would normally be kind of a stabilizing influence. But it's going to be squaring Pluto. So when that happens, which is shortly after it moves into Taurus, that could bring people saying things that are really kind of controlling, really saying what they feel, their compulsions, like just coming out and being very expressive, very emotional about it. And it could be people trying to control things, people trying to control other people. So do be careful with that again. So yeah, this election, you've probably noticed it already with all the last minute, like people reaching out to you and saying, you must vote, and you must do this, you must do that, because our democracy depends on it. There's all this stuff going on, and it's building up. It's this energy that's building up. And if that were enough, we're also building up to a full moon, which happens the next day on November 5th. So there's all that last minute, we must get it done, it's our last chance type energy that's feeding into this. Having said all that, though, in terms of the vibes, the vibrational energy and the high vibes that are active on November 4th, we've got the 47 vibe and the 131 vibe being the most active. And that makes me think that the candidates that are progressive, that are kind of outside the mainstream, have a pretty good chance in this election. Because the 47 vibe helps us to tune into other cultcultures and to appreciate them, and to be a little bit more, appreciate diversity and not insist on everything being the same. That's like we want to kind of explore how to get along with other cultures, with other people, with this vibe. So that might bode well for progressive candidates. And then the 131 vibe is all about aggressivity. Excuse me. So yeah, it's very far-sighted. It looks down the road. It's very creative. It's very engaging and outgoing, and it's looking for change. That's the 131 vibe, and again, that's strong on November 4th. So that again could mean that the candidates that are more progressive, that are not the normal that are not in the office now could be voted out, and there could be changes coming down the pike in a lot of places. And like I said, with that Mars-Uranus opposition, it could be pretty surprising. It could be definitely not what we predicted. So keep that in mind, and I hope you will use your best information, your best, your best consciousness to make your decision in terms of who you want to vote for and what kind of change you want to see in this country going forward, and how we can move forward and progress as a nation. So that's what I wish for all of us today, and that's what I wish for our country. And I hope you have a great day, and I will catch you next time.